Hi, and welcome back to the next lesson. In this lesson, we are going to build on the previous calculated columns and measures that we created for the risk rank number and for the risk rank groupings. And we are going to build this overall risk status calculation. So I'm back in Power BI, and just where we left off, we'd created the count of the work orders for the current week, the count for high risk, low risk, and medium risk work orders. Now something else that we need, if I just pull in here the rules for the overall status, so any defects in the red area of the risk matrix, so that's going to be covered by the high risk. Any defects that have a severity of 5, so we haven't created a measure that we can use for calculating how many defects there are that have a severity of 5. So we'll just go and create that just now. So as a starting point, we'll just go and create this one here. And we're going to create a new measure. I'm just going to paste that in, and that'll be work order count current week. And rather than high risk, we'll call this severity 5. And we're going to go and we're going to calculate the work order count, and rather than this risk group post mitigation, we're going to type in here severity. And we're going to look here for the post mitigation severity, likelihood severity number. And what we want for that is to actually pull in the right hand side of that. So what we're going to do is let's just, yeah, we've got this here. In fact, we'll put it here. So it's right, and it's the second. So we've got here, in here we've got the likelihood and severity. So it's the second number here. So if you remember, we've got the severity and likelihood concatenated together. So we're going to want to have anything that has a likelihood severity of being calculated together. So it's a second number, and we want anything that's got a second number of 5. So we're going to work from the right, and we're going to go along here, post mitigation likelihood severity number 1, and then we're going to say equals 5. Okay, so that is going to give us a count of the number of work orders in the current week which are severity 5. So let's just confirm that. Let's go in here, make it a little bit smaller, and we should expect to see 4 in here. So let's just test this out. And I see what I've done here. This should be a string, because this is going to return a string. So let's have a look here now. 4. So we can see that's working nicely. Okay, so we're now ready to build our measure that's going to give us this overall status. Okay, so let's go and create a new measure. I'm going to call this overall risk status. And we're just going to put some conditions in here. So we're going to start with a switch statement, and I'm going to use the switch true statement. And that's going to allow us to put a number of different switch statements in place. In fact, actually, let's just, before we do that, I'm just going to increase the size of this text here so we can get a little bit of a better view of what's going on. Okay, so switch true, and if we go and get the screenshot that I've got of the rules, we can see the first rule here, red, if any defect is in the red area of the risk matrix. So if we take that one there, that is going to be the measure we created earlier on, which is high risk, is greater than 0. Then this is going to be the status code we're going to return. So red, critical. Okay, so that's going to be the first one. If it finds anything in this area here, the overall status is going to be red. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do the same for the medium risk, and or actually even before the medium risk, we're going to put in the severity. Severity 5 is greater than 0, and this is going to be orange. Severe. Then we're going to do the medium risk. Now medium risk, if we go back to our screenshot here, medium risk is yellow, where if there are greater than 20 defects in the yellow area, so the medium risk area. So we put greater than 20, and this is going to be yellow. Substantial risk. And then finally, we're going to look at the work order low risk, and work order medium risk is less than 20, but less than or equal to, because we need to capture that it might be 20, and this is going to be green, low. And that should give us what we need. Let's just see if that works. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to replace the card with this. And we can see red, because its overall status there is, we've got something in this red area here, so overall status is red. Okay, so we'll test this later because we need to actually change the data that we import, but this looks like it's working for just now. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to create another measure which is going to give us the text that sits underneath here, that just gives it a little bit more of an explanation as to what this red critical actually means. So if I just go back to the PowerPoint presentation, this is the text we're going to use here. So underneath the short text that says red critical, we're going to put another extra little bit of text here that just gives us definition for each one of those. So we need a measure that's going to actually return this text so that it's dynamic as well. Okay, so I've added a new measure here, and we will call this one overall risk status description. I'll open this up a bit. Overall risk status description. And we're going to use the switch statement again. And again, we're going to use the true argument. So it's going to select whichever argument is true. And we're actually going to use the overall risk status as an input. So this measure is going to calculate the overall risk status in the current filter context, and it's going to return text regarding or related to whatever the status is. So if it equals red critical, then I need to put an equal sign there. Then the text we want to return, I'm just going to copy this in rather than you watch me type it all out, is going to be this text here. High risk of high business impact failure. Got an extra one here. Now I'm just going to go and copy in the rest of this because it's basically a copy and paste of this with the text beside it. So there we have it, and I just need to finish this off with a bracket, and that should be accepted. Okay, brilliant. So what I'm going to do just to test this is I'm going to add an additional card just underneath here. And I'm going to put the overall text description in here, and here we have it. So we've got the description underneath. We're going to go and format that in the next lesson, or in a lesson in the future. But we've got red critical, and then we've got high risk of high business impact failure. So we've done it. So we've managed to get ourselves in a situation where we can generate this overall status and accompanying text, and that is the foundation for giving us an overall alert level for the site and its risk of a critical failure. Thanks for listening, and in the next lesson we will start to format some of these values here to make them dynamic in terms of the color. So I'll talk to you then.